Hello everyone, I am Chris Phillips, back again to do yet another video review. Today we'll be taking a look at All Pro Football 2K8, developed by Visual Concepts and published by 2K Sports on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. As many of you may know, 2K Sports has been out of the football gaming genre for the better part of the last 3 years because of the NFL exclusive license agreement with Electronic Arts and their Madden NFL football franchise. But now, all of a sudden, hooray huzzah, 2K Sports is back with their All-Pro 2K8 football game. Or so you would think. As soon as you start the game, you're immediately placed in the Create a Team mode. That's important because there are no preset teams in All-Pro Football 2K8. Instead, every player makes his own team by selecting 11 players from a pool of over 240 football legends. Most of the legends you expect to be in the game are in the game. However, every person that plays the game that knows a great deal about football, as do I, is going to find that there are one or two legends that you can think of that aren't in the game, and that just comes to the fact that 2K Sports had to sign each of these legends individually, and some of them you just couldn't sign. But there are still enough of the big name legends in the game that kind of washes itself out, and you'll just kind of expect to see more next year. Now, when you start to pick your legends, they'll be divided into 3 pools: gold, silver, and bronze. You get to pick 2 gold players, 3 silver players, and 6 bronze players. This is again a place where people that know a lot about football are going to argue whether a player should be in gold, silver, or bronze, but in the end it just all comes out of the wash. Once you get done picking your legends, you'll be able to select how you want to skew the rest of your generic players on your team. For like defensive linemen, you could skew them from pass rushing to defending the run, linebackers, pass coverage, defending the run, offensive line, pass blocking, run blocking, whatever. Then after that, you'll go in and select your team package. And this will make up the overall look of your team. Your team's logo, your team's stadium, what the uniforms will look like. There is some customization here. There's not a ton of customization. They said there would be a lot. I didn't feel that there was a ton of customization. I wish you could have edited your stadiums, make every stadium different. Maybe next year, but that seems like a general theme with this game, maybe next year. So anyway, you pick your legends, you pick your scrubs, you pick what your team will look like. Now it's finally time to play the game. And when you get into the game, if you've played 2K5, you're probably going to feel right at home here. 2K8's gameplay on the Xbox 360 is very similar to 2K5's gameplay on the Xbox, which is very similar to 2K3's gameplay on the Xbox, which is very similar to 2K1's gameplay on the Dreamcast. You're getting a general theme here. And after 8 years, me personally, even though I like the 2K football engine, I kinda starting to feel like Father Time's taking a beating stick to it. The gameplay looks great, however, the animations are so long it makes the game feel unresponsive, like I feel like I'm always trapped inside an animation, similar to my problems with Madden 2007 last year. The gameplay is enhanced, however, by the new player ability system. Essentially, most legends have player abilities, whether these abilities be something like ball hawk, which some defensive corners have, and that allows them to intercept the ball with relative ease, or rocket arm for a quarterback, which allows them to charge their passes and throw deep bombs. This system's great to help distinguish even more the legends from the scrub players, and because each ability kind of has the counter on the other side, you're not going to see one uber power that overpowers all the other powers in the game. In terms of gameplay modes, you're looking at 3 basic gameplay modes: Quick Play, Season, and Online. That's it. The Season mode of the game is bare bones. Can't trade, can't pick up free agents, can't do any of the normal GM stuff you would see in other football titles. Pretty much the only thing you can do is change your depth chart and play games. That is it. And once you play your one season, it's over. Done. Poof. Start all over. Just start season mode all over. No multiple seasons. Online, however, fully featured in terms of what you would see in a normal 2K Sports online game. You get your online leagues, you get your online tournaments, you get your 2K Sports rankings, and you get some usually lag-free performance out of the actual gameplay. Now, the online function of this game is probably the most compelling function because you'll be playing your created team against another person's created team. So in this respect, it creates some interesting matchups in your team versus someone else's team. Now, so far, I have yet to see a formula that kind of creates an unstoppable team. However, I've seen a lot of players use similar players to what I'm using. Example, if you use a Silver Star quarterback, chances are it's going to be Randall Cunningham. A lot of people like to use Barry Sanders online. And for some odd reason, I'm finding that Herman Moore, a Silver Star wide receiver, longtime wide receiver with the Detroit Lions, is a popular pick at wide receiver as well. In the end, this game is incredibly similar to what you would see in any first-year sports games. Shows a lot of potential, but it lacks the necessary gameplay modes to give the game any kind of lasting force. The gameplay, despite being an engine that's about 9 years old and has some serious long-winded animation issues, is still a lot of fun to play, and that's probably the most important thing about All Pro Football, that it is still fun to play, despite a lot of the shortcomings in the season mode and such. So, if you're an old school 2K Sports football fanboy, you probably already have this game and you're not even listening to the review. But for those of you who are sitting on the fence waiting for Madden to come out later next month, stay on the fence. There's no reason to rush out and buy this game. You can give it a rental. You'll probably have about a week, 2 weeks of fun with it. But after that, you'll be ready for a full-featured Madden title coming out later next month.